Good evening, everyone. I'm Kevin Hodge. Tonight on your WZMQ 19 News, Michigan lawmakers are racing against the clock to avoid a government shutdown with big moves on funding roads, Medicaid, and even a new tax on marijuana products. We'll have the latest. Plus, another case of chronic wasting disease has been found in deer downstate. We'll hear why DNR officials are urging caution. And more police and fire vehicles than usual in Marquette? Don't be alarmed. It's all part of a special hazmat training operation. Your 19 News at 6 starts now.
Live from the UP, this is WZMQ 19 News at 6.
Kelly, good evening. Like so many others, I am ready for the weekend. How's our weather shaping up?
Yeah, good evening, Kevin. It's Friday. We made it to the weekend, and lots of us are excited, not only because it's the weekend, but we're in for a very summer-like weekend. We'll get things started with it right now with the sunshine on our 19 News Sky Cam, and really on our Doppler Max, we're not even seeing too much cloud cover across the Upper Peninsula, and we'll keep the mild temperatures for right now. 59 degrees, not too bad for us in Marquette. Some mid to upper 60s to the southern portions of the Upper Peninsula, and for tonight, we'll keep the clear skies. Really in for a good weekend, and we'll also talk about the possibility for an aurora borealis this weekend and a look down into the tropics.
Kelly, thank you very much. This morning, a 74-year-old woman on a bike was struck by a vehicle at the intersection of Teal Lake and US 41. Immediately following the collision, numerous community members stepped in to provide first aid as well as guide traffic to block off North 41 for about 10 minutes before first responders arrived on the scene. The woman was taken to UPHS Marquette and is expected to make a full recovery. Negaunee City Police found the 30-year-old male who was driving the vehicle to be at fault for the accident. Michigan lawmakers are moving quickly to avoid a government shutdown. With just days left before the new fiscal year, both chambers have passed bills to fund roads, reform taxes, and stabilize Medicaid. A key piece is a 24% wholesale tax on marijuana products, projected to raise about $420 million for road repairs. House Republicans have been insistent they did not plan to increase taxes to create more revenue for the budget. The Speaker of the House says in negotiations they made a deal to keep the final total lower than last year.
We will make a deal that includes revenue, but you have to agree to an equal amount of cuts. It's got to be 1-to-1, right? We're not going to increase unless you cut waste, fraud, and abuse from government.
Lawmakers returned Monday, hoping to finish the budget before the September 30th deadline. As hunters are gearing up for deer season, an illness among wild deer is gradually spreading throughout Michigan. As of this week, 16 counties have identified cases of chronic wasting disease in the last 10 years. While the disease is typically transferred between deer, the DNR is concerned about humans contributing to the spread by transporting carcasses. The DNR offers free self-submission kits, which hunters can use to send in their deer's lymph nodes to be tested for the disease.
Symptoms can take 16 to 18 months to show up. I've talked to a lot of hunters who have harvested a nice, healthy looking buck and are surprised when it comes back as CWD positive. We do offer a free antlerless replacement tag. They can keep the antlers of it, so we're really just interested in helping them be able to get more meat.
WZMQ 19's Lily Simmons will have much more on chronic wasting disease tonight at 11:10 Central. There will considerably be more police and fire vehicles around the Marquette Municipal Service Center over the next 2 days. It's all part of a hands-on hazmat workshop hosted by the Michigan State Police and Homeland Security. 15 local first responders from across the region are training to safely respond to hazardous material incidents, including how to minimize health and environmental risks, how to properly don a hazmat suit, and how to safely handle household hazardous materials.
We have 15 participants here from various counties in the Upper Peninsula. They're here to hear speakers, to share information, and also they're going to receive training vital to their technical roles in hazmat response.
The two-day conference is an opportunity to bring together first responders from very remote areas who all face the same challenges. Your first warning weather forecast is after the break. Kelly will let us know how our temperatures are shaping up for the weekend. And we're live as homecoming festivities for Marquette schools currently roll through the area. We'll be right back.
Now, WZMQ TV 19 First Warning Weather with meteorologist Kelly Rowland.
Welcome back, everyone. You made it to the weekend. Let's celebrate, and we have really nice conditions going on right now, perfect for those high school football games going on. Upper 50s and mid 60s for us across the Upper Peninsula. This clockwise circulation is a nice high pressure system, keeping things nice and calm, so it may be a bit breezy out to Hancock and other places though, but really seeing less than 10-mile-per-hour winds here. We did hit right on the money where we should be for the high temperature of 62. The average, of course, is 62, but we will inch closer to some more summer-like temperatures for this weekend. We'll keep the cloud cover out of here. We should start to get more of that southerly flow, so things are a bit chilly today because of the northern winds that we still do kind of have, keeping things calm at the moment. But we'll continue to see really nice conditions, so we'll celebrate the clear skies that we have for tonight. It'll carry us into the first weekend of fall very beautifully, and we might see some cloud cover come in and out, but we're really not tracking any major system for you. Really nothing to note here. Might have some patchy fog at times really early in the morning, but this is going to be a really nice weekend too to kick off fall. To look at the fall foliage, we do still have a lot of the places in the Upper Peninsula into that moderate near peak, and some places will be at peak very soon. So it's going to be a great weekend. And for the stargazers, for tonight, we do have a 3-minute window to see this International Space Station at 9:41. Look to the west, to the southwest. Will be a maximum height of 24 degrees, so fairly close to the horizon. We do have mostly clear skies on the way for tonight, so if you do get a chance to see it, you probably will, with nice clearing in the cloud cover. Now for tomorrow night, there is a chance, and it's a lower chance at that, to possibly see those northern lights. You can see this is the naked eye visibility line, and we are kind of in to that green area, which is visible if you look on the north horizon. The best time for tomorrow night is between 10 p.m. and 2 a.m. We do have a forecasted KP index of about 4. That's pretty normal for us, so you might see it tomorrow night and you might not. It'll just be hit or miss. It depends if we get a spike in the geomagnetic storm activity. But anyway, all eyes are on the tropics right now. If you have family anywhere along the East Coast or down vacationing into the Caribbean at all, we're keeping an eye on major hurricane Umberto. That's now a Category 3, and we do have a area down here that's likely to become Tropical Storm Imelda any time now, maybe in the next day or so. Now these two storms, when they move northward, there's different, this is called spaghetti models. There's multiple different tracks that they could take, but what also could happen is they also could interact with each other, and those models don't always account for that. So things should really start heating up and become more active through the weekend. Make sure to let anyone know that's down into that area. But back home locally for us, we'll continue with the near 80 degrees through the rest of the weekend, and into early next week we'll coast through above average temperatures as we get into the second weekend of fall.
Sounds good to me. Thank you very much, Kelly. Marquette Schools is currently wrapping up their homecoming parade. Our own John Truitt is standing by right where they just took place. And John, how's it going out there?
Well, we were hoping to get the parade, but it just wrapped up a few minutes ago. Joining me now is Zach Sedgwick, the superintendent of Marquette Area Public Schools. How important is homecoming to not only adults, but the kids as well?
Well, homecoming is such a tradition. The whole week, the Spirit Week, the dance, the pep assemblies, the football game, the parade. And could you ask for better weather? It's just a beautiful night for everything, and there was a great turnout from our community. Homecoming's about the community too, and we had a great turnout. Just couldn't ask for a better event.
Right, and we're playing Sault Ste. Marie tonight. The Blue Devils, we have a 2-2 record right now. Incidentally, I'm an alumni, but I think we have a good chance. Either way, everybody comes out a winner with the weather the way it is. I'm going to send it back to you, Kevin. Thank you so much.
All right, John, thank you. Coming up next, in order to capitalize on all of the changing colors fall brings, Visit Keweenaw is highlighting a new event. We'll tell you about the Canal Colors Festival taking place next month in Houghton. That conversation's in 2 minutes.
You're watching WZMQ 19 News, live and local, with Kevin Hodge.
Welcome back, everyone. The city of Houghton is celebrating fall with a brand new event. Here with the details is Brad Barnett of Visit Keweenaw. Brad, thank you so much for joining us.
Hey, thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely. So, brand new event. Tell us all about it. What is it?
Well, this is a kickoff to fall. The Keweenaw is really an amazing destination for fall colors. We celebrate it. It will, like a lot of the parts of the UP. And this year, we're really excited to launch a new festival in partnership with the City of Houghton, the Keweenaw Brewing Company, the Carnegie Museum, and the Keweenaw Young Professionals. It's a mashup of multiple days of activities centered around sort of like what makes fall really quintessential in the Keweenaw. Good beer, good friends, live music, a lot of color, and a lot of quality time with friends and family.
Fantastic. What are some other highlights you can tell us about this brand new festival?
Yeah, absolutely. So on Friday night, which is October 3rd, we're going to kick off the day with our annual Platter Day celebration. I know it's become a really big competition across the Upper Peninsula. We hold the record for the most people in a picture wearing plaid. So we're excited to go ahead and defend that title. And so we're going to be meeting folks down at the Houghton Pier at 7 o'clock to take that photo. We'll capture that. People will celebrate. And then we'll immediately spin out into a celebration of what we've been calling Brew Street for the past couple of years. This is a partnership with the Keweenaw Brewing Company and is a fundraiser for the Carnegie Museum, which is a historical preservational experience here in Houghton. And every pint we sell at the KBC, $1 goes to the Carnegie. So this is a great opportunity to kick back, enjoy some great refreshing brews, and then hang out, listen to some live music. And then while doing so, you're giving back to a really important community organization, the Carnegie Museum. So really stoked about that. We'll follow all this fun activities up the following day, where we're going to kick the day off with the Keweenaw Young Professionals Color Run. This is a great, really sort of like no stress opportunity to get out there, run, and just get dashed with colors, right? So this is an opportunity to start a race. You can walk it, you can run it, you can enjoy all these experiences. We're going to have great weather, and while you do that, you're wearing a white T-shirt, and they're really just kind of pelting you at various stations with all sorts of lively color and things. So really sort of in the spirit of fall, and again, fall colors. And then we'll wrap up that afternoon by experiencing the Houghton Fall Fest, which is a great family-friendly event. Come on down. There's going to be apple cider pressing, pumpkin bowling, live music, the baked goods, all that good fun stuff that just kind of brings all the warm and fuzzies, out when you think about fall.
Excellent. So many activities, Brad, and you guys just can't seem to not be busy around there, it seems like.
That's the fun and the magic working in the tourism industry. It intersects with economic development and community development, and that just creates an opportunity for us to create these really fun experiences for both the community and visitors. And while people are in town hanging out and enjoying all these great festivals, there's so much more to do in the Keweenaw. Things like chairlift color rides at Mount Ripley and Mount Bohemia, seaplane aerial fall tours with this Our Royal Seaplane Company, all the hiking, waterfalls, dark sky viewing, so much to do while you're here. So for us, these events are fantastic. It really helps, get us on the news, right? And let people know there's a lot of fun things happening. And then hopefully they'll come check it out and enjoy our communities while they're here.
Excellent. Yeah, it's always a pleasure to have you or Jesse on. Is there anything, let's go over the date and time once more, Brad.
Yeah, absolutely. So come on down to Houghton, October 3rd, that's Friday, at 6 p.m. That's when we're going to kick off Brew Street. You can start grabbing your pints then. At 7 o'clock, we'll invite everybody to come to the pier on the Keweenaw Waterway in downtown Houghton. That's where we're going to take that big Platter Day photograph. Enjoy that. And then on Sunday, get together around 9, 10 o'clock. That's when we're going to kick off the Keweenaw Young Professionals Color Run, and then immediately that'll roll right into Fall Fest on the pier in downtown Houghton. So Friday and Saturday, come on down, enjoy your fall experiences here in Houghton and the greater Keweenaw Peninsula.
Awesome. Sounds great. Brad, thank you so much. That's all the time we have. Thank you again for coming on and giving us the details.
Hey, happy to be here. Thanks so much.
And coming up this Monday, we're doing our monthly check-in with the Iron Ore Heritage Recreation Authority. We'll have that conversation only on 19 News Insights. Mike Ludlam has your sports headlines. When we come back, there will be an intense meeting this Sunday as the Dallas Cowboys welcome back Micah Parsons, now with the Green Bay Packers. We'll have a preview when we come back. But first, here's your Upers United volunteer opportunity of the day. If you saw Insights yesterday, you'll know the UP 200 Dryland Dash returns to Negaunee Township on October 11th. There are plenty of chances to help out, whether it's putting up fencing, attending food tables, helping with trails, or assisting the dog teams. Hours can vary for the 2 days of activities. To sign up to be a volunteer or check out other opportunities, just head to upersunited.com.
Former FBI Director James Comey indicted just days before the statute of limitations expired. What this could mean for more of President Trump's political opponents. And Steve Hartman goes on the road and meets a young Phillies fan with a very big heart. That's tonight on the CBS Evening News.
Out when, in case I stretch really well?
26, 25.
Okay. Hi there. It is Friday. It is John Goes Short on a Live Shot Friday. And now Kevin and I have to be heroes. Good evening, everyone. We have at least 3 high school football changes to tell you about heading into the 5th week of the regular season. Forest Park announced this morning it does not have enough players and will forfeit tomorrow's game to Lakeland and Hubble. Kearney NATO also lacks numbers this week and will forfeit its game tonight at Mid-Peninsula. Stevenson, I should say, excuse me, that should be Stevenson. In case you missed it, Manistee chose not to play Bark River Harris this week, and the Broncos did find an opponent. They had to travel to Gaylord to do it, where they will meet undefeated Pewamo Westphalia this evening. We'll have highlights of other games tonight on your WZMQ 19 News at 11. The Green Bay Packers try to bounce back from last Sunday's loss to Cleveland with another road trip, this time to Dallas on Sunday night. It will be homecoming for Packers edge rusher Micah Parsons, who was traded from the Cowboys to Green Bay several. Parsons says he's trying to act like this game is going to be like any other game.
Once the game starts, who's going to be worried about any trade? Like, it's just me against them 5 men in front of me, you know what I mean? And then we got one common goal, and that's to win the football game. And how we win the football game is winning the line of scrimmage and affecting Dak and how good he's been playing this year. So I think, the fans, the media is going to get off on the pre-draft, the hype and all that. But once the game's, ain't no one talking about the trade. We talking about winning the football game.
To treat this game like any other game. There we go. Kickoff from AT&T Stadium Sunday night is 8:20 Eastern, 7:20 Central Time. Now, the Detroit Lions host the Cleveland Browns Sunday. The Browns upended Green Bay on the shores of Lake Erie 13-10 last Sunday. Lions offensive coordinator John Morton says former Detroit head coach Jim Schwartz is still a very good defensive coordinator, and number 95 Myles Garrett is dangerous.
Schwartz, he does a great job. Respected him over the years, and we got a tough task at hand. We take care of ourselves and stop 95, or at least control him. Can't let him wreck this game.
The Browns defensive line also has former Michigan Wolverine Mason Graham. Kickoff Sunday is set for 1 o'clock Eastern, noon Central Time. The NMU women's soccer team taking on third-ranked Grand Valley State this afternoon. Madison Bilbia takes her defender toward the corner, muscles her way around such defender, makes another move, and then a nice cross for Addison Franti. However, Lakers keeper Macy Hunter anticipated the ball very well and deflected the ball away from the net. The Lakers had several scoring chances off the free kick by Mackenzie Ford. Wildcats keeper Casey Sides flat out couldn't catch the ball. Slipped through her hands and her legs into the net, and the Lakers lead 1-0. About 3.5 minutes later, Ivy Wilhelm will score with her left foot, with assists going to Vesna Dennison and Sophia Morgan to give the Lakers a 2-0 advantage. They added one more goal in the first half coming up here, and the Lakers would go on to win 4-0. This goal here is off a header. The Wildcats try to clear it, and boom, buries it into the back of the net. That's a pretty darn good goal. The Lakers had 15 shots on goal. The Wildcats only had 2. Meanwhile, let us check the graphics and tell you that the Detroit Tigers broke their 8-game losing streak last night with a 4-2 victory over the Cleveland Guardians. Now, Cleveland still has the tiebreaker over Detroit to win the American League Central Division. Detroit is a 3-game series at Boston starting tonight. The Tigers trail the Red Sox by 1 game in the wild card chase. The Guardians host Texas this weekend. Detroit is ahead of Houston by 1 game for the final wild card spot. That is called good news. Houston visits the Los Angeles Angels this weekend. The Milwaukee Brewers can clinch the top seed of the National League with 2 wins or a combination of losses by other teams. The Brewers host Cincinnati. Day 1 of the Ryder Cup at Bethpage Black in Farmingdale, New York has not gone well for the American team. Team Europe has a 5.5 to 2.5 point lead after the alternate part of play, or the foursomes part of play as you prefer. That, of course, will continue this weekend, but not a good start for Team USA. We will be right back.
And a final look at your forecast. Temperatures tonight will be very comfortable. We're still seeing some sunshine. Finally, nice clearing to close off the week here. Temperatures dipping down into the upper 40s, lower 50s, but that is seasonal for us. We had to clear today some seasonal temperatures, and we should get into a nice dry stretch and a warm stretch to close out September and enter into October. You're looking at your last few days of September here. First weekend of fall will be very summer-like, and we'll continue that trend into next week as we close out September and enter October 1st this upcoming Wednesday.
Kelly, thanks again. And finally tonight, the Lake Superior Partnership held a breakfast and business event this morning focused on outdoor recreation. Members of various Marquette County organizations like the Orion Initiative, the Ishpeming Ski Club, and Love and Bicycles came together for a panel discussion and to network and share their experiences in the industry. The morning started with updates from the president of the Small Business Association of Michigan, covering the large impacts made by these groups in the area.
People think of outdoor recreation as being a hobby, as something that people like to engage in, and sometimes it's not totally obvious what a powerhouse it is when it comes to the economy.
The next breakfast and business on November 21st will be focused on education. That's all for now, everyone. We'll catch you back here later tonight.